Hey, hello, you clicked on this video and that means you probably want to relive a first playthrough of Dark Souls vicariously through another stranger. Well, congratulations, you found another one. This isn't the best playthrough, this definitely isn't the worst playthrough, but this is the definitive Matte by Moonlight playthrough. What that means is, in addition to including the most interesting bits from my relatively blind first playthrough, I'll also be doing boss rankings as I go along, and I'll be including 100% completely accurate bits of lore about the bosses and maybe other characters in the game. That's 3 videos for the price of one. Playthrough, lore, boss rankings. What more could a Dark Souls video fan ask for? So I do think there will be at least 2 major surprises during this playthrough. One related to boss rankings. I guarantee you will not be able to guess what the surprise will be there. And the second one, more or less, will just be my success or failures with certain bosses. So without further ado, let's get started and remember our very first. Alright, I think that's my character. The Dark Souls main menu on start is about as boring as it gets, but the music during the character creation menu is, wow, a fantastic track. So here comes my first bold statement. This track, better than the Firelink Shrine music. I end up grabbing the Old Witch's Ring, so while I don't know it at the time, I'll be able to talk to the Fair Lady, assuming I end up finding her. And I also select the Knight class. For all the armor, we will of course unequip early on, so our rolls aren't cannonballs. Northern Undead Asylum. Alright. I think he's just gonna let me kill him. Way different than the first enemy in Bloodborne. Oh! First bonfire, no deaths. Easy. Speaking of deaths, there's one thing I wanted to do special for this playthrough.
Now here's the twist, and there is a twist. We show it. We show all of it.
That's right, I'll be showing all of my deaths during this playthrough. Oh god!
He is the one.
Oh my god, look at that timing. First boss, and it's Asylum Demon. And she waits for no man. Hey, how are you? Oh! Holy crap! Had you seen that happen before? I did not expect it. We end up taking our first death of the run to the Chosen Demon. I say chosen because the asylum in her name isn't because she's the warden of this proverbial prison, but because she left the demon civilization of Izalith, fed up with the way things were, and sought asylum here until she could kill enough chosen undead, level up, and usher in a new age. The asylum demon is the true main character of Dark Souls. Until we put an end to her. We end up finishing off the Asylum Demon on the second try with a jump attack and commit this to being a finishing every boss with a jump attack run. We'll see how that goes. Asylum Demon is an absolutely solid introduction boss. It felt a little bit on the easy side for me. However, I had played Bloodborne and Ashen as 2 similar games in the genre before Dark Souls. I imagine the Asylum Demon still poses a good enough challenge for newcomers to the genre and familiarizes players with the timing of the game's mechanics. I'd give the Asylum Demon a 2 out of 10 for difficulty, 5 out of 10 for enjoyment, and place it solidly in the middle of the pack at number 16 out of the 26 bosses of Dark Souls. Imagine if we could put this boss later in the game where they could make it more challenging. Wouldn't it be so much better?
I don't think so, pal. That's not how this works.
Oh no! Oh! Dude jumped down like a... What? Oh, that's a big boy. Yeah. Bad decision. Look at that health. Are you serious? Alright, go, 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 go. We can rest at the bonfire quick. Oh, we're so slow. We end up taking a surprising death to this Black Knight after he didn't get the memo that when I sit at the bonfire, he should reset. No, he doesn't go away. Taurus Demon is up next. It may not surprise you to hear that the Taurus Demon is inspired by its astrological horoscope counterpart. But did you know other demon bosses are inspired by horoscopes too? The Taurus Demon, of course, being inspired by the sign Taurus, Capra Demon by the Capricorn sign, which is represented by a goat, and the Asylum Demon obviously inspired by Virgo, because nobody has ever touched it. I thought I was gonna win this. I almost clutched a first try out against the Taurus Demon, but he gets me with his famous jagged toenail poke move for the 5th death of the run. His toenails get me? What was that? The Taurus Demon is a classic FromSoft boss on a bridge, and a really good one at that. It's a step up in almost every way from the Asylum Demon. I think the setting of fighting on a narrow bridge is cooler visually, and in some ways can be a bit more challenging. Taurus Demon moves a bit faster and just looks better to me overall. It might be that the boss design and being able to roll under its legs during an attack gives me Ocarina of Time Ganon vibes. While again, not very difficult, I think this is a very fun boss fight. 2 for difficulty, 6 for enjoyment, and coming in at a very high number 8 in my boss ranking. Who are you? He's not an enemy. We make a new friend who's busy using photo mode to create high quality shots for cover videos for his own videos, and who's a big fan of the sun and also a few other things that he lets us know about.
And engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones.
I knew that was gonna happen. We buy the repair box, which is a good purchase, and we go ahead and take a look at our current stats. Oh no. Is that a point into resistance? Oh, it definitely is. We also give a new weapon a try here, switching over to the Morning Star, but that ends up leading to our 6th death of the run. I don't like it. Oh my god. I'm not sure if there's anything more fun and satisfying to me than kicking enemies off to Gravity deaths. Thanks, Gravity. Now that's jolly cooperation. Let's hope she never decides to turn and come after us, though. Oh, rat! Oh no, there's another one behind me. Oh my god, I'm actually trapped. You F things. I think I'm gonna die from the poison. I don't know how to heal from it. Oh my god. How is your timing so good? We do end up surviving the rats, but not the poison. That they'd be like, hey, you're about to get poisoned for the first time. Here's an item. Alright. I've got to make sure I don't get poisoned. Crossbow, maybe? Oh my god, they're all coming. I actually hate these things. Great. You serious? No way! This time I finally do survive the rats, the gravity, and also the poison. Unfortunately, I do not survive the Black Knight chilling at the top of this tower, and he causes the 10th death of the run. Oh god. Oh god. one really bad death later, and next I decide to just go ahead and run through everything instead of dealing with the rats, with the gravity, with poison, with knights, or even wild metal boars, and head off in search of hopefully finding a new bonfire soon. No, no boss, please. Yeah, it's not worth the risk right now. We need to find a new bonfire. Wait, I think I'm about to come around to that other side of that guy. Oh, I'm not a fan. I see you. Okay, you're not the strongest enemy. Oh no. We can do good damage to this guy. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Yeah, that just dead ends at that thing. I mean, it's probably a good item, but I don't think I'm strong enough to beat that guy. Or good enough. Oh my god, please. I need a bonfire. Oh! I... I forgot how to do the kick. Oh. Exactly as I had planned it. Kill an enemy, grab a basement key, go ahead and pull the lever for a shortcut we'll probably miss using multiple times, take a look in the church and realize, now maybe next year, and eventually find our way to the bonfire with Andre the blacksmith. I emote in front of Sigmire, but he's really not feeling it. But believe it or not, the souls that I actually get here were for the knight guarding the firekeeper's soul in the church somehow dying, which was a very pleasant surprise when I went back to pick up that item. Here's another update to the stats. It looks like I'm going for more of a strength build for this run, and I finally decide to head into the church for the first time. Must be one of the big holidays in Lordran. Easy dodge, getting the shortcut back to Firelink Shrine, and instead opt for the stairs for a little bit more of a cardio workout. Let's do the stairs and fight that wizard. I go to genuflect in front of the priest and his congregation to show him I'm not just some drop-in on the big holidays kind of believer, but they don't seem to be buying it. We see if maybe we can befriend demons instead, but that doesn't seem to be too good of a fit for us either. Maybe organized religion just isn't meant for our undead. Off to the woods then to live amongst the tree people. Oh, well that's nice. The tree folk decide to spring a surprise welcome party for me. Or maybe they're attacking because they heard me laughing at their friend that fell off a cliff. Either way, we bring them out to party a little bit more, but they end up sharing their sacramental tradition of sap sucking with me to welcome me into the family. Unfortunately, I'm not a tree like them and don't have sap, so the blessed rite of friendship does end up killing me. Hey, it's me checking in again before we start day 2 of my first Dark Souls playthrough. I truly hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you're still here, you probably are, or you're hate watching. Either way, if you're still here watching, please consider leaving a like, if not for the video, for that Matrix-like arrow block at the beginning. If you are enjoying me and my personality, come join me at Matt by Moonlight on Twitch. I'm far more active there, and I play all types of games and have a first playthrough of Dark Souls 3 coming up on the horizon. But let's get back to the Dark Souls 1 action and day 2. We died pretty early on to the Titanite Demon back there for our 14th death of the run, and we have a great death here with the rats trapping us between this man on the bridge for death number 15. I'm gonna die. My dude, you've got to move. You may end up noticing that my video game playing style is very influenced by trying to get all achievements or trophies, and that often means avoiding the main narrative path for as long as possible in case I could be locked out of being able to complete some optional side quest. Because of playing games for so long that way, I've become very good at choosing the path less likely to progress. So for the rest of day 2, I pretty much bounce back and forth, pushing further into several areas and encounter a couple of new bosses, but you'll notice I have still yet to activate everybody's favorite shortcut in the Undead Parish, and unfortunately just ran into some snakes, which I am terrified of, but the snakes do get worse, and they do get bigger. But what was I doing? I just didn't believe it. This enemy ends up taking Tree Hugger a bit too literally, and we end up taking another death to our friendly trees. Maybe upgrading a weapon for the first time might help. We go ahead and upgrade the broadsword that we will be using for a bit, sticking with the classic sword and shield build. Level up strength because I figured I wanted to see what kind of weapons. Jesus, this is why I knew I didn't want to go this way. Oh my god. Oh no! This guy looks big and mean. Pick up the best shield in the game, draw the Black Knight out to a more open area, and practice and work on our backstabs because our damage is still incredibly low. We do manage to beat our first Black Knight with the long backstab pattern that we do here, but unfortunately we do not get a Black Knight weapon drop from this. Hey, I will take it. Pulling the lever here, I take the elevator down and end up pulling the Valley of the Drakes location title here, but quickly realize this probably is a bit beyond where I need to be right now and head back. There's that floaty thing.
It will float down. Everybody around the office seemed to really like that one.
Yes, and actually a third sap-sucking death. Seriously, what's the average number of times players have died from that attack, let alone encountered it? I gotta know. Garbage. What? Oh no! Wow, I'm gonna die again. I think Crestfallen is actually the best NPC in Dark Souls, better than Solaire, better than Siegmeyer. This guy, he's just real, he's honest. This is me in real life with basically everything. I'm gonna try to do it and then I don't do it. Probably like this video, who knows if it'll ever come out. I played this game in 2021. Show off some elite platforming skills, which will absolutely come in handy later in the run in an unexpected way. Wait a minute. Ooh, I don't think I've been there. Alright. Wild. Get hollow. Like I said, elite platforming skills. finally find a use for the basement key, but hey, that's definitely not a basement. This key leads to quite possibly the worst street to live on in Lordran. We unlock another shortcut before the Firelink Shrine lift. We equip the Grasscrest shield finally. We also equip a halberd to poke some dogs coming up soon, and then we decide to save either the dumbest or most sarcastic NPC in the game.
Brilliant. You opened the door for me. Thank you. I'm saved.
Like I said, this might be the worst place to live in the game. The neighbors here are very aggressive to newcomers, there are wild, feral dogs everywhere, and of course there's the old two-man grift where one guy distracts you with some cool trick pretending to be a robot, while another carefully steals your wallet and then also stabs you. That'll teach me. Could it possibly get worse in Lower Undeadburg? Is there not one nice area where somebody could go to relax? There's gotta be some kind of reprieve through this fog wall.
Oh, yes.
And there is! We end up in a dog park, but we didn't bring a dog, so Capra Demon is pretty pissed and continues to beat our ass. Capra Demon's had it with people coming up and interacting with him because they just can't not pet the dog they see in public. PSA for real life, having a dog in public is not an invitation for you to go up and strike up a conversation with the dog owner. It's not even an invitation to approach the owner with the intention of just interacting with the dog. Leave people walking dogs alone. Mostly kidding, as invading a stranger's space in public is basically the consensual form of catcalling. Dog calling, if you will. And yes, this dog park is a little bit too small for your mid to larger sized dogs, but it's actually one of the cooler arenas. It gives me the feeling of a place that you would see in your own dreams or nightmares, perfectly lacking in detail and scope so that you don't notice something's not quite right or just off until waking up, and it has that surreal feeling. The runback for the Capra Demon absolutely contributes to the frustration with the boss though, and I would argue is worse than Capra Demon himself. Carefully fighting the enemies could be safer, but you're likely to take some damage and beat down a flask or two. And sprinting through is another option, but the tight quarters make this not quite a sure thing either.
All out of Estus. I mean, I'm just gonna die. Oh my god, what? I actually fell?
So what are the pros and cons of Capra Demon? The visual design is very cool and memorable. The boss arena is a little more debatable. I think the tight cramped arena is pretty unique, not just in this game, but across all of the FromSoft games. But I can also see how a small arena is a negative for some people. But for me, I like that it's different, so I give that a pro. The dogs might be the biggest con because of how quick and syncopated their attacks seem to be, but really I wouldn't change a thing. Sometimes the awfulness of the design choices make a boss memorable. Would the words Capra Demon evoke a physical reaction in people if it was just this boss in this room and most people beat him in 1 or 2 tries? If I took the runback into consideration as well, I might have Capra Demon as my lowest ranked boss, but since we haven't beat him yet, I'll hold off on my final boss ranking. So far that's 5 deaths to Capra Demon as of now, so I decided to take a little break. But Capra's got me a bit on tilt and we take some really unnecessary deaths here. 1 to a bridge dragon, 1 to whatever the hell that was. Can I see that attack again?
He is the one.
Yeah, that guy is way more Neo than me. I tried to shake that one off, but end up caught between a Hard Rock Cafe and a dark place.
I beg your pudding.
And then I have maybe the most embarrassing death of the run to, yeah, just this guy. I'm feeling brave enough, or stupid enough, to return to the Valley of the Drakes. Are these Drakes certified lover boys? Nope, certified reptiles.
What?
Bro. These Drakes in the valley are not fans, so now I've got beef with some Drakes too. Another detour to see if I can encounter any new enemies that I can actually kill, and the answer is nope. So I'm just gonna run past to look for something else. And what do you know? I find my 4th boss of the playthrough. I gotta say, I do love the name. Let's see if I'll love the boss just as much. Ooh, okay. Is he really going to bow and arrow his way to a first try victory over the Moonlight Butterfly?
I don't think I can beat this. Oh.
Moonlight floats down for some sweet green, but I end up getting a little bit too greedy with the halberd the second time and get caught in explosion, and that is death number 34 through 2 days. The death counter is showing 35, so I must have added one thinking I missed, but 34 is the correct number, as if anyone cares. And that first encounter and first death to Moonlight Butterfly is where I wrapped up my 2nd day of Dark Souls. So far, after 2 days, 2 bosses met and taken down, 2 bosses met and cowered from. No Undead Parish lift shortcut activated as well. Please come back for part 2 and leave some comments on this video if you feel so inclined. I'll be happy to respond. Thank you for sticking around and see you next time.